Hello, my dear all students. Welcome back to our channel G.M.Mahuva Online Education. I hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So, my dear all students, in our last lecture, we have started our fifth unit, the snake and the mirror. And little bit portion we have already covered that in this unit, one doctor is there and he was living in one rented room. So let's see further. So in the last portion we saw that he saw one snake. So here the portion was there. One fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. So one snake came and that snake just wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on the doctor's shoulder, and snakes landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. So here the doctor was telling about his story. So here he was telling the story. So here me, my, this kind of words you can see because he is just telling. He is the narrator of the story right now. That's why our seventh paragraph, I didn't jump, I didn't tremble, I didn't cry out. There was no time to do any such thing. So on that time he was very scared to see the fat snake. So he didn't jump, he didn't tremble, he didn't cry out. Why? Because he had not such time to do this kind of all the things. So he was telling these things to his all the students as well as other doctors. The snake slithers along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. The hood was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. So how that fat snake was coming near and near to that doctor. The hood was spread out and its head was hardly. So how long his head far from the doctor's face? So we can say that 3 or 4 inches from his face. So this is the description of that fat snake, how he was coming nearer and nearer to the doctor. It would not be correct to say merrily that I sat there holding my breath. So he was not coming very merrily because he was there and he was holding his breath because he saw the fat snake. Just he didn't see the snake, but he was coming nearer and near, just 3 to 4 inches far from his face. So he had just holded his breath. I was turned to stone. So like a statue. He was like a statue. He was not just moving. But my mind was very active. His physical body was not active, but his mind was very active. The door opened into darkness. The room was surrounded by darkness. In the light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone imagined in the flesh. So here he was like a statue and his mind was very active, and he saw that the door was opened and with darkness, full of darkness. And the room was surrounded by darkness. So all the room was surrounded full of darkness because whenever he opened the door, darkness was there and it was surrounded by the room. In the light of the lamp, just light was there, but light of the lamp was there. So there was not too much light, just with the help of that lamp. So we can imagine how much light was there. And the doctor sat there like a stone imagine in the flash. So here, just with the help of that flashlight, he was there like a stone. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. God was there. Suppose I said something and he didn't like it. Just imagine what happened. So here, his physical body was not working, but his mind was very sharp. So his mind was just running. So he was just imagining and he was feeling very sad, and we can't even explain because we have not felt that kind of experience. Even I have not faced that kind of experience. I just don't want to feel that experience or that emotion, because we all feel scared whenever we see snake. So here the doctor was felt then the great presence of the creator. So he was feeling that how the presence of creator of this world and this universe, God has made us. So everyone is there, but God has made them and God was there. So if we can say that he saw the God over there because he was very scared. Suppose I said something and he didn't like it, then what could be done? So if he suppose for imagine if he could uh, he could say something, and if snake doesn't like, then he could just do something which is not good for the doctor. So he was feeling and he was just thinking like that. So no need to speak anything, it is better. I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words. Which words? Oh God. There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod. No, a rod made of molten fire was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? So he was feeling very unconscious from every side. No need to do anything, no need to speak. If he would try to say something, and if that snake wouldn't like it, so which kind of possibilities are there? Just imagine that kind of possibilities. And there fire was there also, so he should not just move from here to there. So he was his left arm was just paining. At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. So whenever he just tried to move, when he's very slight, so the we can say the snake caught him. So he didn't try to move. Death lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck. What was the medicine I had to take? So this kind of thinking are coming in his mind, that if that snake will become and he'll be struck to him, so which kind of medicine he had to take, because he was a doctor. So this kind of thinking, or by the passion he was doctor, so thinking and overthinking was there, we can say. There were no medicines in the room. I was but poor, because he was totally helpless. So he was very poor and he had not any medicine. So that's why also, because only he was there in the room and he had not that medicine. I was but a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. What kind of doctor he was? So he was poor, foolish and stupid. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. It seemed as if God appreciated that the snake turned its head. Now the snake had turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. So we can say that whenever we see in the mirror, so we see our reflection over there. So here when the snake just turned around, so he saw his reflection in the mirror. So it looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. I don't claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. So I don't claim that it was the first because he had not any idea about that. So he thought he is telling us that he should not claim that it was the very first snake who is looking into the mirror. But it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? So here you can see that which kind of funny thoughts or that kind of thoughts are coming in his mind. So was it admiring its own beauty? So it was not that time to think about it, but what happened that whenever we see any scary things, any scary movie, any scary especially animal, on that time we think this kind of things. So here also the doctor was thinking like this. So he thought that why the snake was just saw his reflection into the mirror. Is he trying to admire his own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? So this female snake, the doctor saw the female snake. So that's why only this kind of things are that beauty things, that growing a mustache, that male thing, or using eyeshadow, mascara, or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead. So this kind of things, this kind of thoughts were running in his mind. So here we can see the picture how the snake was seeing his or her reflection into the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. So maybe the snake was enjoying the reflection of him. I didn't know anything for certain. So he didn't had any idea about it, that why the snake is seeing, why the snake had interested in his own reflection. Is he admiring his beauty or anything else? But he has not any idea that what he just wants to see. Maybe he is enjoying himself or herself. So he didn't know anything for certain. What sex was this snake? What was it, male or female? So what is the gender of this snake? Is it female or male? I will never know. So here that we can say the rubbish or foolish or any funny ideas were coming in his mind. That is, the snake was the snake male or female? I will never know. For the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. So that snake, he just slowly slithered into his lap, doctor's lap. From there it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. So before that, the snake was there on the shoulder of the doctor, but now he just slid into doctor's lap and then he crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. So what did the doctor think? That perhaps it wanted to enjoy its own reflection at closer quarters. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was certainly a man of flesh and blood. Still, holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. From there, I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. So here, when he saw that the snake is not more in his lap, so he just suddenly, a man on a flash, he got the flash, and suddenly he just hold his breath and got up from the chair, and he just quietly, so that snake couldn't see that when what is going on. So he quietly went out through the door and into the veranda, and from there he leapt into the yard and ran for all he was worth. Phew! Each of us heaved a sigh of relief. So he felt very relief, like, oh my God, whatever we felt, that relief. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife very fat? No, the doctor said, God will otherwise. My life companion is a thin, reedy person with the gift of a sprinter. So here, when somebody asked doctor that, is your wife very fat? So how the doctor answered? No, good wills otherwise. His life companion means his wife is a thin, ready person with the gift of a sprinter. Somebody also asked, like, Doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? So this things coming in my mind also, maybe in your mind also, that whenever the doctor tried to run away, on that time if snake tried to follow him, then what could be done? So here somebody asked that, Doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? So here the doctor replied, I ran and ran till I reached a friend's house. So here, how did he run? We can imagine, of course we can imagine. So here, what did the doctor reply? That he ran and ran till he reached at any friend's house. Immediately I smeared oil all over myself and took a bath. So after reaching at his friend's home, immediately he just took a shower and he just sprayed oil all over his body and took bath. I changed into fresh clothes and he changed his clothes into fresh clothes. The next morning at about 8:30, I took my friend and one or two other to my room to move my things from there. So here, after coming in his veranda, he was not only there. He with his friend and 2 to 3 other person, he reached there, and at the 8:30, and he took his all the things, and he thought to move from there. To others to my room to move my things from there. Now he didn't want to stay there more. But we found we had little to carry. Some thief had removed most of my things. So maybe some thieves were there. So the room had been cleaned out, but not really. The thief had left behind one thing as a final insult. Mhm. And what was that? I asked. So somebody asked that what was that? The doctor said, my vest, the dirty one. The fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it and used it after washing it with soap and water. So doctor said like that my waist, which was very dirty, the fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. So his fellow had such kind of sense of cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it. So that thief had taken it and used it, and then after washing it with soap and water. Did you see the snake the next day, doctor? So somebody here also asked that, did you see that snake at the very next day when you came there, when you reached there? So the doctor laughed. I have never seen it since. It was a snake which was taken with its own beauty. So here the doctor laughed and said that from that day he had never seen the snake, and it was a snake. Which kind of snake it was? So which was taken with its own beauty. So that snake was that kind of snake who had taken his own or her own beauty. So this Vaikom Muhammad Bashir, the name of the writer, and translated from the Malayalam by V. Abdullah. So the translator is Vaikonam Muhammad Bashir, and this is the translation from Malayalam. So this is very interesting and funny story, not that kind of scary story about the snake, we can say. So it's very beautiful story, the snake and the mirror. So we had that kind of curiosity that what happened with the doctor. So in the end of the story, the snake was not there, but the snake was found like the beautiful snake, or he was finding his own beauty, or he just pretended the snake was admiring himself. So he was enjoying his own company, we can say. So students, in your homework you have to write down these questions in your Fabbook and send it to me as a homework. Okay, so if you find any difficulty regarding this story, so you all are free to ask me anytime. Thank you my dear all students. So with this portion we are going to end up our this story as well as our lecture. So don't forget to send me your homework. Thank you. Have a nice day.